Hello and welcome to Nintendo Voice, your voice for everything Nintendo. This is episode 156, being recorded on the 6th of November 2018. My name is Lewis Pugh, and joining me to talk all things Nintendo, we have Harrison Milfeld.
What's up, world?
And, of course, the one and only Colin Crompton.
Hello, I'm not the one and only Colin Crompton. There's a few of us out there, but yes, I am one of them.
Why must you always bring that up, Colin?
I just feel like it has to be.
I don't know. Usually with our intros, when it comes to this, like now, I try to do something cheeky a bit. Again, as everybody's seen on the live feed, today is Election Day in America, or as I like to call it, Anxiety Christmas. So I know, but that's as I said on my Facebook status, like I Pokemon Go to the polls, as they would say. So,
okay. Were you playing Pokemon Go at the polls?
No, even if I did, there was probably just a bunch of Pidgeys there, so not really worth it.
Misleading.
Did anyone play Pokemon Go in for? I never touched it. I still had never touched it.
I had my
kind of. Well, I say kind of. I think it was about 6 months ago, but that's quite recent for Pokemon Go.
Recent. I mean,
yeah. Never did. I know because it takes up a lot of space in one's phone, and the phone I have now is just a year old, and I just never bothered. Heck, I didn't even play that much of Fire Emblem Heroes, which I
never touched it.
I still play that. I still play that quite regularly. Fire Emblem Heroes.
I've been bad with those right now. I did play some Super Mario Run finally, but that was a much different scale and such. But
I never played that either. I played Animal Crossing. I looked at the app and I was like, well, there's Animal Crossing.
There it is. There's my.
I didn't download it, but
There's my campsite where it's just probably going to be overrun with hooligans and who knows, maybe concert goers for some, I don't know, some type of concert that's like Bonnaroo or whatever, or Burning Man. I don't know. I'm getting into the weird intricacies of basically how a Animal Crossing game in your campsite could be overrun with basically hippies. I don't know. So,
Yep.
Yeah, so we're all here to discuss a very important thing. But before we do, and I'm brandishing this book for a reason.
Oh, you throwing the book at us this time? What,
I will be throwing the book as soon as I've quickly told you that our main feature, if you are unaware, if you didn't read the podcast title, and what sort of person is that, this is all about the final Super Smash Bros. Direct Ultimate, the Direct, before the game comes out. But before we do, we have Content Provider, which is the weird game show about games I like to do before a podcast. And today we're going to be using the book. And this is the book. This is the Mario and Nintendo Trivia Quiz Book.
Okay.
Published by Puzzle Time.
Awesome.
Can we? Is this going to answer basically questions of whether of true or false? Does Mario have nipples? I don't know. But
well, we know now thanks to Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah, we do know that. We do.
We do, and apparently one of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh,
also had a Mario with nipples. I believe he was an unlockable stamp for the Wii U gamepad.
Oh yeah,
the Miiverse.
That was a thing.
Why would you want a stamp of that?
It wasn't just the nipples.
Why wouldn't you?
It was also Mario.
On a Mario came with it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't just the nipples as the stamp. So, Content Provider, if you're unaware, the co-hosts will be Harrison and Colin. Will be playing this game for points. The points carry over for 4 episodes, and the one with the most points at the end gets to choose the topic of our Patreon exclusive episode for the month, which is available for backers of any level for our patreon.com/Nintendo Voice. Do check it out, please.
Yep, and we did do one, and for those who didn't know who were finalists to it, it was a AMA featuring me. So I hope you enjoyed my answers and me just rambling about why I like movies and things like this. So
it was fun. It was good fun.
Yeah, and I've still not done my homework yet about watching The Crystal Skull. But I will, as promised, get back to you in the future.
Good.
On my comments. Cool. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to be reading out questions from Mario and Nintendo Trivia Quiz Book.
Okay.
So it's coincidentally follows the same format as this show.
Good.
It is a coincidence. So I'll be reading out a question. It will have 4 answers, A, B, C, D. After I've read out all of the answers, the quickest person to guess gets their try at the points. And if not, it gets passed to the second person. They've got a few They got a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
We move on. Cool. So question number 1. Which of these is not a Paper Mario game? A. Super Paper Mario. B. Paper Mario Sticker Star. C. Paper Mario The 100-Year Door. And D. Paper Mario Color Splash.
C.
Correct. The 100-Year Door is not a real Paper Mario game.
100 years.
It's the 1,000-year normally. Not today.
Tricky on that one. Try to get me on the numbers.
Okay. Next question. And I should say there are 7 questions. Second question. Which of these Sonic games was not released for the GameCube? You've got A, Sonic Adventure 2, B, the Sonic Mega Collection, C, Sonic Heroes, and D, Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Correct. Colin
Mega
and
Drive,
Harrison.
baby. Oh, yeah.
We have an episode point. Next one. And the good thing is I've not had to check for answers yet. Next one. Which of these Mario items are not found in Luigi's mansion?
Ooh.
A. Mario's hat. B. Mario's cloak. C. Mario's shoe. And D. Mario's glove.
Well, that's the cloak?
Correct, Colin.
Only because Mario doesn't wear it all the time. So I kind of assumed that would be the one.
That was correct. Well done. Next one, we have Shao Kahn is the final boss for which Super Nintendo game?
Can I say it?
Yeah, Harrison said it.
What did you say?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Correct. You get the point. I'm going to let it pass on this occasion.
I was hoping to see the first one.
So basically, I have to. All right. So basically, for going forward, I should let the answers be said until the answers are all said.
I think if you know it, that's like you should be able to shout it out.
No. It's an exception this one time.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll take it into consideration and make it a new rule next season. But for now, it's under my discretion. So be careful. The house always plays its part. And so for people listening at home, Harrison and Colin both have 2 episode points. Next question. M. Bison is the final boss for which game on the Super Nintendo? A. Mega Man X 10. What? Wow, that was a weird slip. A. Mega Man X. B. Super Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior. C. Earthworm Jim. D. Breath of Fire.
B.
Yeah,
correct.
Also Super Street Fighter 2.
You just know everybody's just screaming over. They're like, "Oh, this is easy! Scream, scream!" And I'm like, "Just say the last one so I can shout it."
In fact, for that note, I'm going to skip the next 2.
Oh,
The final question: which game features Mega Leg as a boss? A. Super Mario Galaxy. B. Super Mario Galaxy 2. C. Super Mario Sunshine. And D. Super Mario World.
Super Mario Galaxy?
Super Mario Galaxy 2?
I've lost my bit.
What? You just lost. You lost your page. You lost the answer.
I've lost my answer. I've lost my confirmation. What was it?
I said Galaxy. Harrison said Galaxy 2.
Colin, you are correct with Galaxy number 1.
Stab in the dark.
Which gives us a problem here.
Oh dear.
Actually, no, it doesn't give you a problem. It gives you a big problem. You have both drawed. What happens on the draw, people?
We engage in a duel.
No, unfortunately, there's no duels. The house gets points.
Oh, you.
I can't remember how many points the house gets. So I'm going to give myself 1 point for now. I'm going to refer to the first episode when I detail the rules.
Yeah, we lost track.
I might have to.
I know. We're very off with our podcast, our episode, our terms of how we're scheduling. So we kind of tend to forget. We're just getting the rust off for a minute.
A little bit, yeah.
It's been a long-running show now. It's hard to think back on that Origin episode. Anyway, we're all here gathered today to talk about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the final direct before the game came out, which they mentioned at the beginning.
Yes,
not the final ever direct for this game, but just the final one before it launches.
Yes.
Yeah, the final before we actually figure, until more characters get revealed and such, whether it be DLC and things like that. Because, I don't know.
Should we jump there then?
Yeah, but no. One thing I want to ask though. Okay, there was a supposed leak before this game. People dubbed the Grinch Leak, which I'm saying because there was for context for everybody else out there who wasn't aware. There was a supposed leak of the final character names that some guy that was within the marketing department, I think with Nintendo or something that handles, and the reason it's called the Grinch Leak, whatever, is because I guess the same person was handling stuff for the marketing for the upcoming Illumination film based on the Grinch Stole Christmas, just called The Grinch. Yeah. And characters on there revealed were supposed to be Ken, Banjo-Kazooie, who else was on there? Mock Rider, of all things. You know, the old NES.
That wouldn't even work.
It'd be weird. It'd be kind of interesting. I'm trying to think of.
They could make it work if they wanted to.
Gino from Mario RPG, and then of course Isaac from Golden Sun. Let's just say, yeah, it turned out all that was fake. So I mean, I didn't believe it because I felt like, you know, for things like this, it's not sure how you're gonna have to reveal it or how it's supposed to be. The only legitimate leak that we ever really got out of this, like out of Smash Brothers, was that one where someone through the other, I think NOA released video or screenshots which revealed Shulk and Duck Hunt and such. But I don't know, I'm getting off track right now. What was the beginning of this direct, Lewis, that we all got excited about?
Well, at the beginning we had announcement of 2 new characters. It started off with a new Echo character, Echo fighter, which was Ken in the boxing ring.
I think that was expected.
It's a nice little wrinkle.
It's a nice nod.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I quite liked it. I think if you have Ryu, then Ken is such an easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially then you can. It's as simple as it is. You can have Ken versus Ryu fights in this fighting game.
Have Street Fighter fights.
Yeah,
I do really appreciate that the series has done like what Sakurai did for this one. How not only are you able to use like smash attacks with Ryu and even Ken, but you can use the inputs that you have from the Street Fighter games to play on there. And also the nice little touch that they put on there is that when you're doing one-on-one fights, whether with Ken or with Ryu or Ken, they will always be facing their opponent, so you don't get any accidental command inputs.
Right. I think it's cool. It's a nice little touch. I mean, I don't think it's going to match high-level Street Fighter, but
yeah,
be close. Be close. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a slight tangent. If it is connected, I want to mention one of the assist trophies, which was announced at this point, which was Guile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, that was.
And he's like, I think he's quite a cool assist trophy. Because he does like a very like spammy like backwards downwards guard. And so it's a very defensive play, but it's like a gameplay style you've seen.
Well, it's how the character plays in Street Fighter. He's a guarded character, but he waits for an opening and you can strike. Always moves the charge attacks. So yeah, I'm glad they actually matched that with the trophy.
Because it would have been so easy just to have him just pull off some specials,
like every 2 seconds, and disappearing. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, I think Ken it makes sense as an Echo fighter. The fact that we have this brand Echo fighters, it does for me. It is a cool addition, opposed to like, oh, that's a wasted slot.
Yeah,
especially with the roster as big as it is.
I'm glad they're acknowledging it at least. Like, okay, yes, there's clone characters. We're not going to call them clone characters.
I think it's different when you've got like a roster of 30 characters compared to almost 80 now.
Right. No, it's
like it doesn't feel like wasted slots. It's like, well, clearly they've added everything they've had before and they're just adding stuff.
I am concerned about the character select screen. Looks very clustered.
It does.
Oh no, it's like I like how when they initially start, like when they said, "Hey, here's the 8 characters from the original N64 game," and then you just see it just build all the way up, and this includes all the Echo characters with their open spots, and you're just like, "Wow, this is giving me an anxiety attack." And I know there's some. This is a petty thing to say, whatever, and they're all in order when the characters have debuted. Obviously, with Echo characters having their own spot because reasons. Yeah. I've had some people complain that like they wanted like, hey, they want them grouped together by series, but again, that's just
that'd be good. But
I understand. But I understand why they put that in there. But that's something I don't want to complain about. But it's like you just look at this whole thing, you're like, when would this
especially on the small switch screen, that character select
figure. Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
I guess the one thing they've put to alleviate it somewhat is that there is a toggle, so you it groups the Echo Fighters
There is
with their
that.
counterparts, and you toggle between them, or you flip between them when you're hovering over the character.
Good.
But it's only going to cut it down so much still, though.
Oh yeah, but
There's still a lot of characters on a
But what was the
screen.
I know, but we did get another character though in that same trailer, which I did. I
groaned at this character. Groaned loudly.
Let's
Roared.
okay. You roared. It was not the Pokemon I was expecting though, as far as that gen, and it
Right,
was
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so Incineroar
Yeah.
launched itself into the ring with Ken.
He's got a belt. He's got a belt that's made of flames.
It's
That's where all his fire attacks come from, is the belt.
Yeah,
He doesn't
that's
breathe
true.
them.
No,
I'm
okay.
not a fan of Incineroar. It's the worst of the final evolutions, the 3 stars.
For Smash Bros?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
surely
No.
not.
This CGI would have been way cooler.
Okay, we understand. Okay, I understand kind of going into this where it's like, oh, what would be the one of those?
He's in Pokken. It's okay.
Well, you think Pokken deconfirms him, basically?
Yeah, it's a taken slot, isn't it?
No, I did expect I was expecting Decidueye into this one, but I think this kind of understands a little bit because he's essentially it's a wrestler. And one thing I saw from when Sakurai described the character, and this was a very interesting little thing they put into it, is that anytime when he does these moves, he poses, which I mean you can cancel it, but when he does these poses, it leaves you open to attack. And I don't know.
I think the secret thing about Incineroar is I think he's a Trojan horse, really, for an upcoming Echo Fighter, which is Travis Touchdown.
No.
You think?
Surely.
Really? Huh.
Friend told me.
A friend told you.
Was this friend the same one that's an uncle at Nintendo? I hope. I don't know. But I one thing I like with each of these new character reveals is like I love the trailers that go along with them, and obviously Sakurai puts a lot of good effort into how these things go out, and just litters it with so many little details that you're just like pointing out and thinking like, oh, nice little Easter egg here and there. Because Incineroar, I'm fine, and this is technically I was led to believe going in that Ken, after they revealed Ken, that he was not an Echo Fighter. It was until I guess we got another bit of surprise in the other show, which I know the internet was going crazy about.
Cool. Should we jump straight into the other character revealed?
I'm ready to talk about this one.
Okay.
So ready.
At the end of the direct, basically the end, they revealed there's going to be DLC, but there's also going to be, and it is DLC, a pre-order bonus or a limited window bonus. So if you pre-order the game,
practice, but yes,
essentially, if you buy the game before January, I think is how it works.
And they did say DLC with this one, but I don't think this is part of the. They highlighted
it's separate to that, but I'm just saying it's technically is DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think if you buy it before January, you register it, you will get this character, which is a Piranha Plant.
Oh, it's seeing the internet react to this was just okay. When I didn't know what
fan requested character ever.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, you have to say as far as a Mario enemy, yes, he's Piranha Plant's very recognizable, but also I will say this: this is dumb, but it's the best.
Thank you.
No. Well, no. Let me finish. It's dumb, but it's the best kind of dumb.
It's the worst kind of dumb. I mean, how the heck is Piranha Plant? Like, why even have it? Why have it as a pre-order DLC bonus?
I'm not sure how we connected to, but just as a character for Smash.
But how is that going to shift any more copies than it was already?
I think that's part of it. I think they don't want to be like looking like they're being money grabbing. Like I don't think they want to just reveal. Oh, they're
charging money for it after the opening window. How did that? It's ridiculous.
Oh no, exactly. But I feel it would seem more offensive if it was oddly Banjo-Kazooie. Or it was like Waluigi, like this character people have been shouting for, and then they go, "Oh yeah, we brought him in for you, but it's going to cost you £5 or $5 or whatever it is."
I'd be fine with that.
Where Piranha Plant seems a bit, if you don't get him,
£5 would be great.
you're not going to be rioting, as it were. You're not going to pay the money.
Somehow, so.
I don't know. I like it. I like it. I just
I like him as a character. Yeah.
I don't know because it just shows Sakurai. No, it shows Sakurai can put a pretty fun move set to something like this, and
it pretty much shows that any character can be a Smash Bros. Character.
Yeah, and that's why I like him.
Trooper coming next
Because every Smash game has at least a character like in this category. Like, the original game is a bit odd, but I maybe argue like Jigglypuff. As like you wouldn't expect that to be in a fighting game.
Are you saying Melee is Game & Watch?
Well, definitely, yeah.
That was more of a classic kind of revival.
That's a classic character. Yeah, he had a variety of things they could do.
We say he's a classic character, but before his introduction in the Smash Bros, I would say a lot of people just didn't know about Game & Watch.
I didn't know about it before Smash Bros.
As in, it's a series of somewhat foldable, sometimes not LCD like screen. Really retro Nintendo games.
Yeah, designed by the late Gunpei Yokoi. So and I think with this one, I just don't. I think the reason being that like everybody was having where Sakurai had detailed like, hey, don't expect many newcomers or something like that. In terms like I know he's known to kind of pull the rug underneath us, but especially we have 5 DLC characters to kind of speculate what this is going to be, and then you have some people on one side who are like, well, Piranha Plant's going to be in here. Who knows? It's just probably going to be like Goomba, the next one, or just generic. But I get that fear, but it's just I feel like between this and you all heard about what was going on at BlizzCon with the Diablo fans and how they were upset about this mobile game and being just entitled little brats and such on there. I'm sorry if anybody's listened to it and they're offended by that. I know it's like anytime when it's the same thing.
Fans are just as entitled. It's
okay.
No.
And apparently they were going to show Diablo 4, but they pulled it at the last minute. But it's the same thing.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's just when people when they were discussing about like Metroid Prime Federation Force. Yeah, I was like, I don't want that, but I wasn't going to the keyboard saying like downvoting every video to this.
But many were though.
Many were.
That was the image from the outside world of Nintendo fans at that point.
Yeah.
Yes. But in the case though with Piranha Plant like this, it was just worth it for at least the memes because I just liked how like you have it's like one showed tweet about like Smash fans demanding like we want Gino, we want Isaac, we want Shadow, and then Sakurai's like what, I bet killed myself 4 times making these games for this. You're getting the plant.
Were people really clamoring for Isaac?
Well, you'd be surprised.
There's really like I don't know if many people really know it because the last game was what, DS?
Yes.
Yeah, it was DS, but
and even that wasn't necessarily like overwhelmingly favored.
No.
But there's Gino as well, which of course
Gino I know of. Gino has always been like
But when you say people don't know about that, I mean, take a look at with Roy and Marth when they were introduced in Melee. I mean, I knew of the name Fire Emblem, even though it didn't come over here, but some people didn't. They gravitated to that, and when that gave them a reason to say, like, hey, let's try out Fire Emblem here in the States. And
I mean, honestly, I gravitated towards them because it actually looked cool compared to the rest of the Smash roster.
Yeah. But I don't know. It fits in. Piranha Plant fits into this wacky bit of a world of, that is just a game where you have various Nintendo characters and guests from other companies just punching each other, and it's like its own virtual museum. And just to have something like this come in there, I feel like I expected, and it just shows Sakurai is just a flipping madman, and I love every bit of him. So, and I do like how his final smash is PD Piranha, and
that's awesome. That was.
But also, this thing has feet too. If you actually look at it, it's underneath its pot. It's got little teeny.
Uses them for like jumping there and running around as well.
Oh, it's so cool! I love it. Although when that was revealed, I did see a lot of Little Shop of Horror memes just popping up everywhere. I'm like, wow, this is probably the once in a while this has happened.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that joke comes around every now and again.
Everything related to that movie? I mean, every time I want to go to the dentist, I hum that.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I hum that evil dentist song. So they did say about DLC, and basically they're going to be starting these all from scratch. So probably not going to expect Echo characters.
I really like this part. I like this openness of like, we haven't started these yet. It's going to take about a year. Like that was like good. They didn't be like, oh, it could come any time now. They laid it out and was like, okay, we're going to start working. We finished the game. The game's all there. These are extra bits that we're working on.
Yeah, good. And they can be I think it's like here in the States, it's $5 each, or $5 each, or you can get the entire pack for like $24 at a reduced, so basically at a discount price. And these include, right, Lewis, I'm saying this right, a character, their own specific stage, and their music collection.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So
worth every penny.
Off the top. Okay. I know we'll probably get into assist, probably debuted assist trophies and stuff on there. Is it fine to talk about those real quick? Just to
yeah, sure. Yeah, I think we're going to like. Well, obviously, we've got more to talk about, but yeah, feel free to just reference.
I did like the Fatal Frame one on there. That was really clever. And in terms of the Isaac stuff, whatever, I mean, dude, look up some. I saw some video of some guy just like live streaming, and when it got to the assist trophy portion, he's sitting there like, "I'm ready to have my heart broken again." And right when Isaac pops up as an assist trophy, which of course in this role, it's like, hey, deconfirms it as being a roster character. Oh, he just let out F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb, and I'm just like, oh, wow.
Isaac doesn't... Yes, he has like this magical power to he has telekinesis.
He can control Glover.
He can control Glover. He can control Glover. It is pretty much it. That would be difficult to implement, I think, in Smash, because there's very limited things you can do with it. But
I think if they go from something, I know, like, okay, if you're able to implement, say, like a character like Ridley, who is always demanded, but everybody's like, hey, he's too big. If I feel like with Sakurai, something like that, if there's a way, but that pretty much deconfirms. But I don't know, it just makes you kind of check off the box of like, okay, who's going to be one of these next characters like coming into? And I mean,
I think I can guarantee one of them.
I know what you're gonna say.
Oh, at least you know the game. So I'm going to say there's going to be a character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Really? I thought from X. I was going to say more from that.
Well, I'll give my reasoning, and then you can do yours. So okay. I said 2 because he basically calls out 2. In this direct, he said, because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 development started after Smash Bros., we couldn't include a character from that game. I don't think we've ever heard such a direct statement from him of his.
So they did mention, I think, what was it? Not in the first direct at E3, but when interviewed, they had mentioned the development plan for this was made in December 2015. That was so basically, if the game was not in development or like shown in some form at some point or released, then there was a good chance those characters were not going to be roster characters. But they did show a Rex outfit for a Mii character.
Correct. Yeah. So I feel
which is probably just like a placeholder, like, hey, it's coming, but here's an outfit.
I reckon. I was gonna say, yeah, Rex will probably stay a Mii costume, and the fighter will be like Pyra or just Pyra sort of thing.
That
seems the sort of thing Sakurai would do.
I could see that. I could probably see something in that vein. But my reasoning was because I figure Elmo would probably be a character that you could put in there because that game came out in December 2015, and I don't know. Then again, could that game have left the consciousness so much that people were just like, since it's essentially there's no plans for that?
I feel like it would have to be re-released on Switch for it to re-enter the consciousness. I think a lot of people have forgotten that game even exists.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of reckon, and I'm not sure what I'm basing this from, that Sakurai might have just preferred 2.
He might.
Just kind of the anime-esqueness, epicness of it. Like, if you compare that scene, like the cinematics, he likes to direct himself.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe he might be quite fond of it.
I will give you one guarantee. Okay, book for this one. You're definitely going to see a character from the upcoming Fire Emblem game.
Absolutely, guaranteed.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Guaranteed. I was going to say that Waluigi was going to be a DLC character at some point.
I'm starting to go into the camp of like it's probably not going to happen for a while. I'm starting to, but then again, we have Piranha Plant, so anything's possible. I'm just trying to think what would be, as far as third-party character, maybe if they could Sora from Kingdom Hearts, but then again, you have to go through Disney and then also Square. But
that's a whole nest of issues.
Actually, I've got a weird prediction,
cool.
and this is quite weird, but not out the realms of possibility. Is Shantae?
Didn't they just? Well, isn't Shantae technically?
We can mention the word. She is a spirit in this game. But I don't think that, because I think there are spirits of characters as well. I think like King K. Rool might have a spirit, like in a pirate costume.
Well, this is just
about the spirits.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it in a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like, though, this is just weird because we're getting to a point like, okay, if you're an assist trophy, you're deconfirmed, but now we get into this whole spirit things, which we'll get really into in a second. Then you're thinking, does that deconfirm or not? We don't know, because everybody's just going through like a fine-tooth comb just to look like, oh, there's a character from this, and that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah. I think the spirits are separate. I think you can have a spirit of anything, and I don't think it definitely deconfirms or confirms anything. I think it's just.
We have no data to prove that fact yet.
It's true.
But I do, aside from whatever, say Xenoblade or Xenoblade or even a Fire Emblem character, I was a little shocked that we Springman is technically now a assist trophy, which surprised me on there, but that makes me think, okay, does that mean ARMS characters are off the board? Or that leads me to think like, Twintel is also a spirit form in there as well. I think we talked about spirits more. Let's talk about this new mode.
Yeah, so there's a new mode called Spirits. It's got a big button on that main menu.
It does.
And it's got a lot of sub-modes in it.
Can we lament something first?
Of course we can, go on.
Yeah, please.
Trophies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a thing.
They're not a thing. What, Spirits instead?
Spirits are back.
No physical trophies, though.
I really
do you have amiibos? And there's quite a lot of them now, Colin.
I couldn't get. Yeah, that was the saddest bit of news that came out of this direct. It was like, oh, trophies are now gone. I was like, really? I love collecting the trophies. That was like one of the hooks of the series.
I do too, but I think knowing that this would be the fourth iteration, well, I'm not counting the 3DS game, obviously. I'm counting 3DS and the Wii U game as one.
Right.
Is that a reasoning behind this is, Sakurai said, like these, you're making these 3D models of like these hundreds upon hundreds of trophies. They also take a lot of work to do on there. And yeah, it is, I will say that it is disappointing to see them go, but I understand why they took them out, because it just, it almost feels like how much can localizers do as far as the bio on Mario or even Link to a point where you have to rework.
Just carry them over from Wii U version.
Yeah, just do them for some new ones.
Yeah, just do it for the new ones.
I get that, but it's just like, I understand, but here's the thing.
They do it for Pokedex entries every few years.
Okay.
They rewrite all those Pokedex entries.
You get me on that. But anyway, you get me on that. All I'm saying is I get why they do this. So in place of spirit, we have these spirits, which are essentially you're able to equip these to Smash Brothers characters to level up. And these are just like, it's artwork and JPEGs from various games. And I kind of like how they just were able to get all these from the various different games. I mean, there's stuff from Metal Gear Solid 4, which was never on a Nintendo console, or all these.
To be fair, Metal Gear Solid 4. There's a piece of music on Brawl before the game even came out.
Oh, could be a reference to that.
That was huge. Huge. But yeah, I like the spirits. I think they're cool. I don't think the spirits existing quite necessarily covers up for the fact that trophies are gone.
I think it might do. I need to get my hands on it first, just because how it incorporates to the next big thing we're going to be talking about. Because it all seems to be interlinked, and that could come together really well. And if it does, I think that would help a lot.
If the spirits are still viewable with like a little profile next to them, and they still have that detail, cool. Then I'm kind of okay with it. But if they're just literally like, oh, you just slap them on the character and that's it.
That's true. Yeah, it would be good to have like an index you're building up. And you could still, in theory, have little descriptions, but you feel with all the detail you went through.
Version of the sticker system that was in Brawl. I like the sticker system, but I want it to be more.
I think that's essentially what this is.
Yeah, but it's more that, but it kind of expanded it on there because there's definitely matches where you'll be facing off with like I forgot there was one for the one modes they showed where it showed you had to find the Otacon spirit, and you're facing off Dr. Mario, and the Mario in that one is a pacifist. Whereas, and then you're facing off with Rob the robot. So, like, that's just
interesting idea. That I quite like that.
Yeah. So you have to beat these spirits to kind of acquire their abilities. And I know, and the one thing I like, you can actually level these up. I did see some characters from Tokyo Marvel, which is
cool. I want some Monster Hunter spirits. Give me some.
You're definitely getting. You've got a monster like the Boston Spirits mode, I imagine.
Well, yeah, but
So I imagine there will be spirits to go alongside it.
that'd be cool.
But yeah, there seems to be loads of these. Like I think the other thing which will help is because they are like they're not these 3D render models. They are like the original image or original art
Which is some
sourced.
shroudy effect around.
I feel like because like they managed to do like hundreds and hundreds of trophies. Like the Wii version had, was it near 700 or so?
Yeah, close to over. I
So
think.
if they can hit that with the written descriptions and the 3D models, like how many spirits could we have in that same sort of amount of development time? Could we have literally thousands of these things?
Hopefully.
And if so, I think that would like then you look at it differently. The trophies, you have like
I'm
maybe
still
like
gonna
one
miss those
sentence.
reviews.
Jury's not saying, but I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a lesser experience the swap, but I will miss trophies.
I'm gonna miss the trophy shop. Just buying a little
True.
box. And,
I will miss. I know I'll miss them, but it's not a deal breaker. This is not a deal breaker or anything.
I'm not saying it's still breaker at all, but it's the biggest like dampener this whole direct had. I was like, oh.
Just buy all the amiibos, Colin, then your life will be happy.
Which we are getting a bunch of those. Do we want to talk real quick about those and then jump back into spirits? Just for
Yeah, we can do. I think this is a fairly quick one. So basically, all the newly announced characters are getting amiibos. So that includes Inkling, Ridley, and Wolf coming December 7th.
Guess which one I pre-ordered.
Obviously, Wolf. And then we can move on.
You're right. No, trick question. It was both Ridley and Wolf.
Oh, well done, sir. And then in spring 2019, we get Isabelle, Pichu, Ken, Young Link, and Daisy. And then in February 2019, we get King K. Rool, Ice Climbers, and of course, the Piranha Plant.
I think out of all those, I mean, I really obviously like the design of what Ridley and Wolf are in there. A lot of these are like the Young Link one is very detailed and come a long way since the earlier ones we saw. But I like Piranha Plant because it's not like, say, like the Captain Falcon ones early on, where it's just basically these clear little things going up their crotch, and it's very awkward. It has its base and its potted plant. So I like that.
So you've got a very stable base already built in.
Mm-hmm. With its tiny little feet.
Yeah, I don't think like maybe you turn that upside down and it's just the painted on or something. So yeah, that's basically the amiibos. I mean, I imagine we'll have amiibos for the 5 DLC characters because we've got Piranha Plant already listed.
Well, we got not only that, we've all the other returning characters. I mean, the ones that have been mentioned have been, Snake, and I'm trying to think if there's wow, I'm drawing a blank right now. They didn't mention Snake on here as far as another returning character.
We already have Snake, don't we?
No, we did not get Snake.
No, we don't have Snake yet, do we?
No, we don't. We don't have Snake. Then there was. Would they do Crom, or are they just the fact that he already has an amiibo? I'm not sure. So I don't know. I'm thinking way in advance right now because obviously about half of these I'm probably going to buy, and I'm going to run out of more shelf space as it is. So.
Okay, so I mean, this is kind of part of Spirits, but it wasn't necessarily mentioned like in those terms. But we have a new single-player adventure mode, story mode thing.
Yes, this is I was like, I'm not buying this game until there's an adventure mode. Went through the entire direct. I was like, well, that game looks fun, but I'm not going to buy it. Boom! They hit you with the adventure mode. Sold.
All right, so tell us about this, Colin. So it's called World of Light, but what is it?
It had a really cool like CG intro. And I was like, well, this is epic. I was like, I want to see more. I'm hoping this game, the mode actually has more of these cutscenes. I don't think it will.
Spoiler for anybody who hasn't watched it. Sakurai kills everybody except for Kirby. Because
Kirby was Sakurai's creation. So he lives.
Kirby's daddy let him live. Also,
Smash Bros. Just plays like a Kirby game anyway.
It has elements. I mean, it does.
It's very similar to Superstar on the Super Nintendo.
I've never played a Kirby game.
Exactly. You'll be surprised. Surprised like Smash Bros. Especially.
You need to change that.
No, I'm perfectly fine. But yeah, no, it looks really cool. Like the overworld, you can actually visit. Like it seems like you visit like different game worlds almost.
It is, yeah, because one of them you do face off, I think, in a Monster Hunter-esque world where you see Rapalo.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, where Subspace Emissary, the adventure mode on the Wii version,
it's all generic areas, really.
All generic worlds, all generic creatures, or mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked cool. It looked really cool. I mean, it didn't show too much, but it showed enough to be like, this is interesting. So obviously, you start as Kirby, and you have to go around basically collecting characters, kind of how you did it in Subspace Emissary, essentially. Yeah, sold me. Yeah, sold me hard on it. It was great.
Even though this may not be on, it's Subspace Emissary. Even though if I look back at that mode, I only liked it just because of the slight little boss battles you put in there, whether on there, but also it's just the cutscenes itself. But when you look at
cutscenes,
when you strip it away, it's just like, I mean, it's a watered down Kirby game. This one, essentially that, but on a smaller scale. But we still haven't seen what's kind of into it.
Right.
And obviously, this is where the spirits will come into it. And can we just talk about that again? When I mentioned how much I like these CG cutscenes, let's talk about the details of all these things. How much it does. Obviously, it shows at the beginning of Fox just pointing his gun at at a master hand. Like, okay, I'm totally Bamf right now. And then just these streams of light just come in.
Don't forget the voice acting.
Oh yeah!
Immediately after Fox appears,
I don't know if they're going to keep that or not. If it's just going to
Well, I think you're right. I don't think there's going to be many of these videos, but I think for the few there are, they will be, because this will be the intro.
Yeah, we did see Zelda at a voice. Link Between Worlds has designed Zelda has a voice actress in that one. I'm like, oh, that's a first. It seemed
same voice actress as Breath of the Wild, I believe. In this,
I guess so, because I know she's American. She improvised a British accent for that one, unless I'm getting that mixed up. I don't know. It's no. Again, the little things, how these people were just getting out there. Okay, one thing, you notice how some of these characters get hit with get hit once and done with this light, whereas
the death laser,
basically Sakurai playing Thanos, and you see Link block this thing with this healing shield like 2 or 3 times until he gets hit. And whereas Zelda and even Palutena try to do their godly moves, they get hit once, and you're just like, does that mean the healing shield is
stronger than their barriers? Yes.
Yeah.
Past it.
There's other things. I laughed when it showed Snake's death. It's like, I'm in this box.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I'm accepting my death. And everyone was asking, why was Wii Fit Trainer doing the tree pose and not running? And Game Explain actually did explain. They put a short video about this. Why is because when you do the tree pose for Wii Fit Trainer, apparently you can use that to escape certain moves like smashes and stuff. And that's, I guess, what you're doing. And then found it a little sad that, the little part of the Duck Hunt duo, the duck was trying to get the dog away, and then there was Sonic and Pikachu.
Sonic and Pikachu.
Oh, that one.
He wasn't going full pelt because Pikachu was keeping up with him.
Yeah. That's the problem. Like, Sonic, even still, was going a little bit too fast to save his friend.
Wow.
No, it just shows. Well, Kirby saved. Like, here's the thing: Kirby's the fastest one alive. When you actually think about it, right now, if Sonic couldn't escape that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about it again. Those little things I really liked about it. That, like, of course, the beginning it just showed Shulk foreseeing the whole coming conflict
and doing nothing about it. He was like, "Oh, everything bad's gonna happen. I'm just gonna sit here and watch it happen." Like,
he turned around and he kind of glanced at run.
Oh.
or he gave his Monado speed to Kirby so he could get out. Think about it.
Ooh, I like that.
I did see a tweet though that got a lot of energy. This was really good about it. It was since there's a lot of comparisons to this little CG thing to the end of Avengers Infinity War. They did a little comic, whatever. It started as a tweet, then somebody did a short little 3-panel comic of which said Shulk saying like, "I have seen 16 million versions of the coming conflict," and Mario's like, "How many did we win?" And then it shows Shulk turning to Kirby, 1.
It was good. Overall, in terms, because that was the perfect note to end the direct on, because I wasn't sold at all.
Oh wow!
Because I wasn't sold on Smash Bros. Anyway. I'm like, this is Smash Bros.
It makes you try it out though.
But I was like, okay, I wanted single player content in Wii U game. Didn't really get it. I'm getting it. Happy, sold. Boom. That's all I need.
Excellent. And the other cool thing about this was it just made me, although the introduction of spirits wasn't that exciting, I still found it interesting at the time. But seeing the story trailer and then seeing the gameplay where it basically uses the the spirit powers and such. So it gives you a reason to go collecting all these things and level them up and have like different parties of them, essentially, like different like slots of 3 of them. Like it seems to give a good use for that system. So I imagine this mode is going to be quite big.
Oh, I hope so.
So I think it's going to be like almost the size of Subspace Emissary, but hopefully just more enjoyable for the whole length of time.
I hope there's no great maze at the end.
Exactly, but even if there is kind of in a way, hopefully it's more fun to play moment to moment.
Do you think it was cool when they got the ghost or the spirit of Lapras to go across the water?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's cool. It was a bit like
loads of that in the mode.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Hey You, I think, wasn't it?
And I think that this mode does show boss fights. So
it was the boss from Subspace Emissary, actually. One of the bosses from Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, I think so. Which I don't know.
You were thinking about the oh no, I forgot his name now. What's his Piranha Plant when he turns into his
PT Piranha?
PT Piranha Plant. What is it? Yeah, the final smash.
Yeah,
he was the first boss of Subspace Emissary.
Oh yeah, he was indeed.
There's actually quite a lot of little nods to Subspace Emissary as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. But no, this one mode I like. Also, I like that song that they have on there. It's catchy. It's very Japanese thing to put in.
Very anime.
I feel like they were cashing in a bit on the whole Jump Superstar from Odyssey, and like, we like people like that song. Let's give Kirby one too. I didn't think much of it really.
I like it. But yeah, this mode. Looking forward to this one on here, and yeah. What else we got to talk about this to refresh? I know they detailed online.
Yeah, so like I guess the big difference in online. Yeah. So in Wii U and 3DS, you had for fun and for glory, where your main areas online. Now you don't have that option.
Nope.
It's just like casual and ranked all mixed up.
Yeah.
And so you have GSP, your global smash points, and your number basically represents
how good you are.
How many people you are better than.
Yes, it's a weird system. Why does someone have the same number as you?
It can't be done. That's my point. It's basically just like an ultimate high scoreboard and which position you are on it.
Ugh.
But in reverse.
Yeah, a reverse scoreboard.
Reverse scoreboard. It's kind of normal scoreboard because the number does just keep growing.
Yeah, true.
I guess I'm okay. Yeah, I'm pretty fine with dipping away from the whole just the 2 options of for fun and for glory and just to kind of match make based on your own preferences. But it makes me think like, are they able to? I mean, just the amount that you're having here just gets me like, I hope it's not too complicated to a point where it becomes hard to find a match. But also, I guess with this global smash power, you correct me if I'm wrong, you have to get a certain level on here to get into elite battles.
Right. Correct. Yes.
It's a bit dubious how that unlocked, but only the greatest or the best players will get into elite.
Basically, is what it's
yeah. So if you get there, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah,
you're very good.
It's basically over the esports scene. So
yeah, because the other thing is the only thing they really mentioned about that is there will be like watching player data from elite matches to tune the game. That seemed to be like the only difference that they mentioned, at least.
It's like the custom game balance you could do yourself.
Oh, on local matches.
You can make certain characters more stronger or weaker if you find them too tough to beat. I think that's very cool.
Or certain players is how I kind of.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so if you got like if you're relatively veteran Smash player and you're trying to have friendly matches with people who play casually,
you can weaken yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the old handicap system.
Essentially,
yeah.
Rolf started it all.
I know. I do like how that when you actually do people, you get like their dog tags or something. No, what's that called?
Are they battle tags or
no smash tags? So basically, it's their
I kind of hope you can customize that a bit more. It looked a bit barren, a bit basic.
I think it's fairly like oddly standard fighter game tag.
Yeah,
they all seem to have them. You have like a theme, and you can set like a title, which will have a little thing on it.
I'm hoping you can do it. I'm hoping
little image,
spice it up a bit. But yeah,
I mean, you probably can. It's Sakurai we're dealing with here.
Yeah, he's a tricky kind of individual. I'm just hopeful though. It seems like with each Smash iteration, this is at least they're doing their best to improve connections on here, because the only time when I tried to get a really good connection with Wii U, like, okay, it was terrible when it came with Brawl. It was at least serviceable with Wii U and 3DS, but if you got with 4 people with 4 different servers,
Lag City. Yeah.
So they're now saying when it comes to distance, they're prioritizing geography. So you could possibly face off with somebody over in Japan or in Europe, but I guess the servers are going to get to a point where it's like, hey, we're going to prioritize distance. So if I'm here in St. Louis, if they're going to find a connection to somebody who I'm facing off in Kansas City or Chicago, they're probably going to prioritize that.
Yeah, if you're doing like random matches, which is
I imagine it's a fairly standard practice, though. I think this is just going into the weeds.
I think they're just a little slow getting to it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good idea.
I'm sure most systems, put your location between players into consideration and just match randomly around the world.
That's me being naive, whatever. But also, they showed a which I didn't know this existed, the Switch LAN connector for like for a wired connection.
Yeah, it's the same you could have used for a Wii U or even a GameCube. Oh, yeah, not GameCube, a Wii or a Wii U.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
USB to Ethernet adapter.
I'm probably to find that, because just so I can have a decent connection with this.
You can use a non-Nintendo thing. You can just go to like a PC store and buy a USB to Ethernet.
Yep.
Okay.
And it will work. Yeah.
What else in online do we have on here, Lewis, so that we can just talk about?
In online, I feel like we covered most of the online stuff.
Spectator mode.
We do have spectator mode, which returns, I believe. I think you could
spectate
before, and you could bet as well.
I hope so, because that was one of the fun parts of the Wii U game. I was like, I'm going to put some money on this person, and they lose. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I remember doing it on the 3DS one as well. That was a good version of the 3DS one. I think that's mostly it for online stuff. We do have some other things. They're mostly small stuff at this point.
Yes.
So we have we've got things like replays, which is returning. The shop this time, you can buy individual music tracks as well as spirits.
I preferred finding them just randomly. It was kind of fun. But
even when there's so many now, Colin.
I don't want
like 900 odd. Surely at a point you're just going to want a couple of tracks.
No,
fair enough.
Oh, find them. More fun.
Find them.
Find them. Why don't you?
Real adventurer. How many Koroks have you got so far?
Oh, I got up to like 500 and something, almost 600.
I stopped at 200.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same. You go to that store and you'll buy the rest.
Also, I did notice in terms of modes here that what are they doing in terms of like all-star mode? And I've heard people say like they've neutered it or not, or that's the...
Oh, they said you can now do it right out the box. So as soon as the game starts up, you have access to all-star mode. But it's only going to have like 8 characters, so it's going to be very short.
It's limited to the amount of playable characters you have, and you can play at any time.
So that means like final version of all-star mode is going to be a gauntlet. You're going to be there for like 2 hours fighting.
You won't be there for that long. I mean,
but I think more important is being challenging because you got to do it, in succession.
Right.
You have that like health system. So I wonder if they expand on that because you had 3 hearts before, traditionally, which isn't that a Kirby thing.
No, you had what was it? It was like 2 hearts and like Maxim Tomato.
Yes, that's the Kirby thing.
Yeah.
The fairy as well.
There was one thing I wanted to mention on online, and yes, on everybody's favorite mobile app, the Switch Online app.
Oh, it's ridiculous. They've really pushed that. I'm like, Nintendo, this is stupid. Don't push this stupid app. No one cares. Like, anyone can have access to Skype or Lewis cares. But
that's cool. I use it every day.
Wait,
did you know, Colin? They recently updated the Splatoon 2 app, and you can track your Salmon Run apps statistics.
Lewis, I do not care.
There is that. No. Okay.
There's lots of information. It's really useful.
Boot the game up. It'll tell you that.
Oh well.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Stats the game don't provide.
That's poor design then.
It's not. I can go into individual matches I've played this evening and I can see like kill death ratios. I can I can go into other players. I can check out what abilities they had. I can see the exact amount of points I scored, and what weapon I was using at the time, and what the mode was, and what the stage was, and it's good battle intel.
Well, design. We can argue all day about the design aspects of this app, whatever. But of course, we are getting what's it called? Smash World. We're getting Smash World app in 2019, and that's going to have like replays and other sorts of things. Which I will say, the Splatnet stuff on the app, it's fun. It's a really nice little thing. I just wish it was its own separate thing away from that, or they just redesign it where it's like, hey, here's everything.
It just integrated into the Switch system itself.
I mean, the concept of this. Okay. We argue about this is app's existence and how like, hey, put a headphone jack in the controller, blah 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 blah. But it's just
I don't use that, but yeah.
I don't know. Although it's going to be fun to trash talk some people on this and Smash actually for a change if it actually works. But yeah. Is that pretty much all we have for Smash right now? I feel like we covered a lot, and I know we probably left out some things.
Well, we've covered the big news. There's lots of little nitty-gritty details, like there's 11 languages supported.
That I like.
And like different adjustable brightnesses on the TV and the gamepad screen.
Well,
they did talk about a lot of stuff in these 40 minutes.
You can do... Oh, no, the fact that you can adjust fighter power levels for offline modes, that I like.
Yep.
That is a cool one.
And
obviously we had like more updates on the like Me Fighter costumes. And there was a big chunk of time spent on all the or a lot of individual spirit battles.
Yeah. Which are cool. I like that idea. But yeah, who's going to play as me anymore? Like, there's so many cool characters to play as. You want to play as them.
It is a strange one.
They should just let me go.
Oh, but now it's like 3 slots on the roster. It's quite important, those numbers.
Yeah. Create something like that. I like it. I do. The fact that you can give all these different type of voices and just go above and beyond in terms of its customization. So yeah, you can do loads of things with it. Play your Rex costume that you feel like a character you may never get, or your. So what
are our final thoughts on the Direct itself then, or the presentation?
Regardless if it was mediocre or not, like whether you liked it ho hum or not, I'm still flipping excited for this game next month.
Yeah, it's creeping. It sounds like you're sold as well, Colin.
I am. The Direct did a good job in selling me the game because I wasn't convinced beforehand. I really wasn't. I was like, I've played every iteration of Smash, and listeners were like, more Smash. I wasn't interested. He didn't like it was going to do anything new. The Spirits was interesting. I thought, okay, here we go. This is a nice little addition to the series. And then they realized that they'd taken the place of trophies. Kind of hurt me a little bit. But the single player mode, the World of Light, yes, absolutely sold. I think this looks incredible. A nice little nod to every single series that Smash has been involved with in one mode. Give me it now.
Give it to me now.
It's not long to wait.
I know.
So yeah, for me, very much the same. I also like the promise of extra content to come and just their honesty.
Yep.
This is a weird balance, the messaging for this one, because at the same time they're doing this is stuff we're planning on doing. It's not stuff we've started development yet. However, it is going to be available to buy now. There's going to be these 5 packs. This is how it's going to cost. So be careful and consider the value. Make sure you're comfortable.
Kind of like you might not want these characters, but you can buy them now if you want to.
But I kind of prefer that than just kind of more bullish, just not telling you what it is and going we're going to release into this stuff. It's going to cost this much. You can pre-order it now.
I'm not going to get the DLC until I know what it is I'm buying.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think though isn't there a certain time period where you can get the pass for all that, or until the review? I feel like there's there
is a fighter's pass is what they're calling it.
Yeah,
I know, but you have to, if you want to take advantage of that deal, you have to buy it, but in this point before the characters reveal, or am I? You can.
I'm not sure on that one. I think that might just be delivered side by side, and you can also purchase them individually. If say you just want to, I'll buy the first one. Oh, the second one I don't care about so much. I won't buy him.
Yeah, that's how I'll be judging it. I'm not going to dive in because I don't want to buy characters I'm never going to use.
Yeah. No, I'm like I said, more Smash for me. I'm always excited for it. I know I like getting into the intricacies of like the hardcore Smash community in terms of competitive and how you do these certain types of moves out there. And then, of course, half the time I'm like, I just like playing as Samus and just doing the little flame thing and just beating up and screw attack and just putting him off the screen. I want to get better at Smash, though. I mean, I love playing so much to be whatever I'm not uncoordinated at whatever, but I want to get really good at to a point where I'm just like at parties. I'm like, all right, who wants to challenge me? But
so I think this will be a good wrap-up question, which is what controllers, just as a confirmation, will we be playing this game with?
Pro
for Harrison.
Joy-Cons, just standard
detached Joy-Cons, or just portably?
No. Well, I'll use the Joy-Con grip, which is
the Joy-Con grip,
or I'll just play it in handheld mode.
Yeah, so Joy-Cons. I'll be doing Pro as well. Suppose there are no GameCube controllers there.
Yeah, but I got to buy a bloody GameCube adapter. No,
You do, yeah.
Stupid.
I want to move forwards. I think there's a good.
I'd have a USB GameCube controller once that works with the Switch.
It's worth a try. I think.
I don't know. I am though buying a GameCube adapter though because I'm not going to. I need at least another reason to actually have 8-player Smash. So that's for me. So, but yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's going to do it for our Smash Bros. Ultimate, the final direct before the game comes out discussion.
The final.
Before the game comes out.
Yep.
And before we before we wrap up this show, we have a bit of podcast news to give.
We do.
And for that, I'm going to hand you over to Colin.
Oh, okay. So, as Lewis mentioned, a bit of news. Next week's show will be my last live podcast that I do with Nintendo Voice. It'll be my last full-on Nintendo Voice show. The reason I'm having to leave Nintendo Voice overall is time. Unfortunately, my time, I'm occupied with a lot of things, so having to edit the show, having to spend, because our time zones don't always gel quite well, and it's like I'm working a lot. It's having to stay up late to do the show.
Yeah, I think it's both time zones and working schedules.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work
into each other.
It affects all of us right now. I mean, there's like even trying to get this show on a weekly basis. I mean, our schedules never match up, but it's just, it's just, but from here of us here right now in the show, we're going to miss you. Obviously, we understand things come further in there, but it's just,
he's not said it yet. Here he is.
No, but the thing is like it's not you guys will see me again. Yeah, I'm not going to just disappear. I'll come by for a few guest shots and but yeah, as a full-time member of Nintendo Voice, currently it's just not possible for me because usually we record. I mean, sometimes we're like 11 o'clock at night, and I have to be up at like 4 in the morning, and it's
no good.
No good.
It's not good. Not great, Bob.
So, but yes. So next week's show will be my last full show. I'll be on the next bonus Patreon show.
Yeah, next content provider.
Oh yeah,
exclusive.
And then after that, no more. Well, I'll be around, but I don't know. I can't guarantee when I'll be back.
You'll have to be back for the for our next for the voices.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, I'll make some time for the voices.
Yeah, special guest for the voices.
There you are. Done.
Bring your suit again.
Bring the
suit that I never wore last time.
Yeah, same one.
We need somebody to tell us that Generations Ultimate is the latest Monster Hunter is your game of the year and how it's going to everything up.
I'm gonna miss complaining. I'm gonna miss complaining about things. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so that's the news.
It's just while we're all on the show, still recording. We obviously talked about this.
Yes.
Off air and off podcast.
Guys, like 3 weeks ago now.
About 2.5 weeks. We actually this was discussed, and the news was dropped, and the bomb was dropped. Yeah, the bomb of so
yes.
Yeah, I wanted to add that into context, just in case anyone thinks this is our genuine reactions of hearing this news for the first time.
Like these guys don't care.
Exactly, they're just trying to wrap up an episode.
Yeah,
how rude.
Yeah. So
No, I do want to say it has been a pleasure, Colin.
Oh,
I know we will have a proper send off, as it were, at the end of
absolutely.
of the next episode. But we've already spent many a podcasting good year together, and it's been really awesome.
It's been a few years. It's been a wonderful few years.
However, that's going to do it for today's episode. So do check in the next show, because it will be Colin's final show, apart from special appearances. And so before we go, though, let's tell you how you can get hold of us and anything else we've been up to we'd like you to know about. And Colin, why don't you go first today?
I'm going first. Okay,
Special privileges.
I should leave more often. So yes, you can find me on Twitter at HighlyUnbarred, which is spelled how you think it is. Anything else? Yes, I do streams on Twitch. Currently, I'm doing Novemlock, which is a whole month of Pokemon randomized runs under Nuzlocke rules, which is insanely hard.
So where are we up to currently?
Well, I started with Pokemon Red. That game didn't last very long. I got destroyed pretty quickly. Moved on to Pokemon Blue. Did a little bit better. But Generation 1, like Pokemon, I'm finding that game is hard. That game is really a challenge randomized.
Yeah, it doesn't actually hold your hand as you might expect it to.
The worst part is you can't check your moves. You can look at them, but you can't tell. It doesn't tell you how powerful they are or the accuracy because I've randomized those values. So I don't even know if I'm using. It's insane. But yes, currently in Pokemon Yellow, it's going really well. I've got 3 badges. Can't complain. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Excellent. So we can follow your progress.
I technically got a badge on right now with my I voted sticker with the badge.
Harrison's beating his first gym leader.
I beat my first gym leader, aka voting for my best interests.
There you are. But yes, that's me. You can find my streams over at twitch.tv/theharlembard.
Excellent. And how about yourself, Harrison?
You can reach me on the Twitters at Milfeld, and if you want to become my Switch friend, I have my friend code pinned to the top of my profile. And obviously, this is probably being released Friday, so yeah, but you'll depending on how I feel tonight with this. It's election night, so we're gonna figure out how. Whoopee. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay, and for myself, if you want to get hold of me, the best place is Twitter, and the name you need for that is Leuvision, Leuvsion. And just for myself, I'll cover the show. You can check us out on YouTube if you don't already, and of course Patreon, as we mentioned before on the show, patreon.com/Nintendo Voice. There is, as Harrison also mentioned, the first of the Content Provider episodes. Already up, the Harrison Ask Me Anything. And we did ask quite a few things. And I think my first, actually, I won't give away what the first question was, but it wasn't written down. That's what I'll say. It was the spur of the moment. And I was very pleased with the answer. And so do check that out. But that's going to do it for today. So thanks once again for listening. And this has been Nintendo Voice.
Laters.
Take care, everyone.